normal NFL stadium, but this is no normal crowd. They are ready to go as their Chargers get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And we are underway in Southern California.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, it's Bell. And right away, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now Rivers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
12. Hey, Delta! Hey, Rocket!
On third down, Rivers. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Javon Hargrave in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. From the gun, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On third down, here's Bell. Bell so light on his feet and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, G.O.A.T. will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes a fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing, Rivers. And this one's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand it down. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got 50.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for a loss of 5. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hurry up, let's go.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Rivers now from the 50. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack.
12. Sit. Delta. Room. Let's go.
Rivers now. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Hey, Rocket. Set. 390. 0. Hey, Rocket.
Rivers. He's got his man here. It's Green. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Rivers. His throw caught at about the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon taking it in from a yard out. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. They're going to give it to Gordon. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 63 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On second down, Rivers again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Rivers being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw is Rivers. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Here we go.
They'll throw again. Rivers. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Steps away to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about. Force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Hey, go orange 5-4. Buffalo wall. Hey, go orange. Orange. White. Let's go.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Let's go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Emanuel not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he's got Rodgers. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Here's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. Going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Mebane getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Going underneath for Gordon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Tyler Matakevich coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And the Steelers set to take the field. Still a lot that can happen, but you think they get points on this drive, even if it's just 3, should wrap this one up.
And you got to love their starting field position. So if you're the play caller right now, being on the plus side of the 50, you're thinking exactly what you're saying. Get 3, get out of here with at least that. But, hey, you might have a chance to put 6 on the board and really take control.
time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Here we go. All right, let's go get him now, all right?
They'll go again with Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's in for 6 and a steal.